Didn't you know? Mario Kart 64 is a 1998 psychological experiment on the effect of sudden drops of pre-heightened dopamine levels, as well as the sequel to Super Mario Kart for the SNES. It was the 64th entry in the Mario Kart series, and the first in the series to be entirely in 3D. Mario Kart 64 is most well known for being the first Mario Kart game to feature the character Toad, an anthropomorphic toad who ate the shroom fruit, known in Japan as the Noko Noko Nomi. This devil fruit allows Toad to create and control poisonous mushroom spores, which is what the entirety of his head helmet is composed of. When asked about the addition of a devil fruit user in a Mario Kart game, series creator Eiichiro Oda explained that he's a huge fan of One Piece and wanted an Easter egg put in his game alluding to this fact. Many characters were considered when making Mario Kart 64. We did our best to get rid of the ones fans were most upset with before, like the addition of Isabelle or Link. I mean, they're not even Mario characters. I don't know what we were thinking. Regardless, while we were focusing more on gameplay and music this time, I wanted to put in a character for my own interest. And Toad was a perfect candidate, being both good anime representation as well as good villain representation, something fans had frequently been requesting. Oda would later go on to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for creating the best character in the game, a feat which even Toad himself knows to be true.
I'm the best!
Another unique aspect of Mario Kart 64 was its introduction of voice acting into the series. Prior to 64, the Mario Kart series hadn't had any voice acting. In fact, the first 63 entries didn't have any music or sound effects or even graphics at all, and had relied solely on a convoluted 4-player game of Whisper Down the Lane. Audiences quickly became upset after the 19th Mario Kart game, though things began to really heat up once protests and the threat of boycotts began surging after Mario Kart 63, known in America as Super Mario Kart. Oda decided to give in to these requests and to add lines of dialogue for every single character. He didn't add them without a plan, however. Oda used this opportunity to try and make brand deals with big companies, subtly advertising them in the characters' dialogue. Most notably was through Oda's favorite character, Toad. Toad has many lines of dialogue where he enthusiastically says the name of various convenience stores and big corporations, such as Yahoo and Wawa.
Yahoo!
These brand deals allowed Nintendo to make up for the lost time and money spent on actually creating a cohesive game, unlike what they did with Super Mario Kart. Rainbow Road, despite popular belief, isn't actually a road made of rainbows. This is evidenced by the tangibility of the road, allowing for racers to drive on it. The true composition of the road is unknown, though it has been speculated that it may be made of the accumulated salt collected from drivers who have repeatedly fallen off the road right before getting first place. This is precisely why Mario Kart 64 is the first game in the series to add railing and fences across the entirety of its iteration of Rainbow Road, so as to prevent further fan complaints and death threats to Nintendo. Coincidentally, Mario Kart 64's Rainbow Road is often cited as the best Rainbow Road in the entire series, despite fans frequently complaining about handholding and tutorials in Nintendo's other games. When asked if he had any explanation for this anomaly, Oda simply sighed, saying that it's all in the music. Didn't you also know that Mario Party 1's Bowser Revolution was put in the game by Reggie Fils-Aimé because he was an avid supporter of communism and was once Russian himself? If you want to know more trivia on Mario Party and other obscure video game series, look out for the Didn't You Know video games episode on Mario Party. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and press the subscribe button to show support. If you want the chance to see episodes a week before their release, consider checking out the Patreon. Thank you to the patrons listed in the description who are currently supporting the channel on Patreon, and don't forget to look out for new episodes of Didn't You Know video games.